Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 69 of No Holds Barred Pod. That is Sal Dodgson.
That's Don McGowan. Sorry, I'm
nearly
stifling my immaturity.
As I was saying it, I thought, no, don't.
Oh, sometimes you've just got to draw a cock and balls, haven't you? Anyway.
Yeah, welcome, everyone.
Welcome, everybody. New listeners.
Yeah.
Soz. Old
Yeah,
listeners.
this is
Welcome
us,
back. Nice to
though.
see you.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, apologies for a little delay in since our last episode. Sal's got something. Sorry, go on.
Startlingly, as I mentioned to you just before, I went out and had lunch with some friends earlier, and my old friend that came along said to me, "My God, your pod's very professional."
Awesome. It's good. Always nice to hear.
I know. Delighted.
That's a lovely comment to hear, because it's, we do put the effort in,
anything
don't
about
we?
sexual innuendo, so maybe people just don't listen very well.
Not yet. Yeah, exactly. Well, to be fair, this is the first 69 episode we've done, so yeah,
It is.
When we hit 169, our thousands of followers will be like, wait for it. But yeah. So yes, a good start again. We're on Monday, April 20th, and nothing had really changed with the world since we've been away.
That's not true. What Don's failing to mention, because he doesn't like to blow his own trumpet, listeners, is that since we last recorded, Don's breaking story about the Reform Lottery hit proper big news and was even featured on Have I Got News For You? And that was our very own Don McGowan. What did that? And that is people power, and that is how we are going to win. So get on board, stick with us, and we'll be all right.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was quite it has actually cut through that story, which is really impressive. I'm really happy with that, because, so much stuff so much crap with reform just gets brushed under the carpet, as we know, and it's taken us a year or doing this pod now. Oh yeah, it's our anniversary pod. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you!
I forgot to say, yes, we've been doing this for a year.
Old.
Yeah, unbelievably. So yeah, but we both kind of forgot. So we're like, oh yeah.
No, I pre-remembered, but then life happened, didn't it? And you weren't very well, and
I remembered and put a shirt on for what it's worth. So.
Yeah, I'm election busy up in my head, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm election busy and I'm not having a breakdown yet. So
yeah, Sal's an official proper candidate for the Green Party, which I think, had we announced that before, or you were kind of like a paper candidate last time we recorded?
Well, it sort of came out of nowhere, didn't it? Because I tried to apply properly, but I just missed the cut-off.
Yeah.
And then 2 months after the cut-off, they're like, would anyone like to be a paper candidate? So I'm like, okay. Which basically just means they're happy to throw your name in the hat, but they're not going to do any work on your behalf. You're just there to look good on statistics, really. And then when he came round to my house, I'm like, I wouldn't actually mind doing this properly. And he's like, well, he said, fine, go, do whatever you want. So I'm like, okay. Not sure how I'm going to do it, but we're going to do it.
Yeah, what next?
And all of a sudden, I've got 10 new best friends. So it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Because I went outside to campaign. It's amazing what can happen.
Have you been leafleting yet?
They haven't arrived yet.
You haven't got them yet.
What was good is that the media guy at the Green Party was like, what do you want me to put on your personal leaflets? What are the problems in your area? And I'm like, well, that in and of itself is a problem, because I live in a very Lib Dem Tory-esque area, and it's very beautiful, and on the face of it, there's nothing wrong. In 2026, that should be a signal that something is amiss.
Yeah,
you go somewhere like, Clacton, for example, and it looks lovely, and you're a bit like, how are they coping with the cost of living crisis? Exactly. So what I put on my leaflets is what I know about, which is that the area I live in is like a graveyard. You see one or two people out walking when you go out. And we live in an area of outstanding natural beauty. We are shitting fishing lakes and woods and little country walks, and we've got playing fields that have never been used in the entire time I've been here. And we've got kids with nothing to do. In fact, when I went to the church for lunch today, there were a couple of young teenagers doing parkour on the church roof. And we were just stood outside having a vape and a chat. And I looked up and I'm like, there's two 13-year-old monkeys on the roof. And I'm like, my old me would have been,
yeah.
New me is like, you're not safe. Can you just get down, please?
Yeah.
I appreciate there's nothing to do here.
Yeah.
And your ingenuity is great. They told us that they had a YouTube, but it got deleted because they were too young. So they started a new one, and they're just kids who want something to do. So I had a really good chat with them once they got down. And they were like, will you all beat us up? I'm like, it's a church, mate. People are upset because you're disrespecting the church. That's it. Oh, and also we don't want you to break a leg.
Yeah.
So that was dead interesting. Why was I talking about? Oh, yeah, because the kids have got nothing to do. Will had nothing to do until I paid for him to go and do something, but people don't have money to pay for going to do something.
No, very true.
And I've got massive playing fields just over there, sitting and growing grass.
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
It makes so we've got no community, which is what I led with on my thing. And then when I went to the lady who runs the cafe came over to me and she said, I just wanted to let you know I've got a friend who lives in Eccleston. She saw your Facebook post and she thinks you've absolutely nailed it. I'm like, oh. I haven't even got the leaflet yet. But
no, I was going to say that's a fantastic start. Brilliant.
So, yeah. So maybe I have got a tiny chance.
Yeah. We'll get the leaflets posted. Send me a nice clear photo and we'll get it on the website and on the Patreon and all over X and everything.
I should have done that the other day, shouldn't I? I've got to set up a Facebook page and a bit like.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, send it over and we'll get it up because it's. I mean,
also, if you're in the Merseyside area and you'd like to help deliver leaflets, please DM me.
Yeah, yeah. Give Sal a shout, please, because he needs a hand.
I've got 5,000 coming this week.
Is it 5,000? Wow. Nice. If my back wasn't so bad, I'd drive up and help you out. But my back's
I'm going to be crip walking within 2 days. I tell you.
Me and you just hobbling around the street.
By that, I'm not being ableist. I mean, like the Crips. I walk like a rapper when my sciatica kicks off.
That's what I'm doing. So
in my head, I pretend I'm Snoop Dogg and I'm just cool. So
yeah, exactly. That's how I'm walking around the house at the moment. People walking past, looking in the window, and I'm dropping my shoulder.
You're pimp walking.
What's going on? What's he doing in his house in weird, middle class Cotswold village, walking like a pimp? I know, it's odd.
Like Fly
anyway. Guy. Yeah, I have got a.
Do you remember
that?
Fly Guy. Going off on them. I'm going to get you, sucker. It was the Wayne's first film. I'm going to get you, sucker.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
It was the funniest thing in the world. In fact, my friend who I met for lunch was the only other person I've ever met as an adult who's also seen the film and thought it was brilliant. I went and got it for Will when he was a younger teenager, thinking he'd crack up. Shit.
No.
Really shit.
I don't know if I've seen it or not. I have to have a look.
That and
Police Academy.
Police Academy was hilarious. Right now, I'd get Mahoney by the neck. The irritating little bastard.
Was Mahoney, there was that Steve Guttenberg, the main guy? Yeah.
He was funny when I was young.
I was going to say, when we talk about pimp walks, I've got a brown fur coat, not real fur.
John Motson,
fur.
No. Fur. Like this.
Brown fur, yeah. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, like rabbit fur. Pretend rabbit fur.
But it's, exactly, but it's fake fur. I've had it since the 90s, and I used to go out clubbing in it in the 90s with kind of spangly pants and my fur jacket,
That's why you're friends with James Coppert. Yeah. Shout out to James. I know you're listening, Petal.
Yeah, hello, James.
Don't let him come round. He'll have it off you.
Yeah, I used to wear all sorts of weird clothes. I was just quite well known for having this fur coat. All my mates are like, when are you going to burn it? And I've still got it. I think I bought it in H&M in
out of
Leeds.
Spite now, aren't you?
Yeah, it's hung up on the back of my door. I think I bought it in H&M in Leeds in 1995, it would be. So,
no, you didn't.
Henny's and Moritz, it was.
Thank you. You bought it from
Henny's. Yeah, it was Henny's.
Why was that not called Hens?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just Henny's, wasn't it? Probably is in Danish. Is it Swedish, Danish, whatever it is?
I remember having an argument with my best friend when we went to London.
Henny's.
It's called Hens. No, it's not. It's called Henny's.
Yeah, we called it Hennies in Leeds, definitely.
Stupid words. Oh no, it was called Hennies. It just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
I've always been
Hennies
like
and
this.
Moritz. Welcome, new listeners. This is our politics podcast.
Everything's connected. It's all politics. Everything.
Oh, this should be an off-air conversation, really, but I've changed the logo slightly to put politics unpacked on our logo because I was thinking, like, when you scroll through on, like, Apple Podcasts, we got our nice pink logo, but it doesn't say what it is. So I thought I wanted politics on it, so I'll just put it on there. Anyway.
Upstairs for thinking.
Yeah. Shall we do what we're here to do and talk about something?
Yeah, okay.
Political or newsy stuff.
Do you want to start with the war? Catch me up, because I've been offline for a couple of days.
Well, yeah, we can start with the war. Yeah, so still technically we're on a break from the war until Wednesday.
Give over.
I know, exactly. So
the Americans were shooting. Oh no, somebody was shooting ships yesterday, weren't they?
Yeah, America. Yeah. So on Friday, just as the markets were closing, or just before, as always, Donald Trump announced the Straits of Hormuz is fully open for business. Everything's great. We're going to keep the US blockade in place, but other than that, everyone can go about their business. By Saturday morning, Iran went, no, fuck off, mate. If you keep the US blockade in place, we're going to close the Strait of Hormuz. And by Saturday lunchtime, the Strait of Hormuz was closed again. So,
how have America still got ships that are intact in Iranian waters?
I don't know. So, yeah, yesterday they America had sort of their blockade, in inverted commas, which is about 3 ships. I think actually it's about 10, but they approached an Iranian ship which was kind of trying to come past them, and they said it was a tanker, I believe, and they said, you can't come past if you stop. Yeah. So they stopped for a bit. America said, well, listen, if you don't surrender to us, we're going to shoot you. So they let the Iranians were like, basically said, no, bugger off. So they opened fire on the engine room of this tanker ship, which, according to a shipping expert, a military shipping expert I heard on the radio this morning, said was completely the wrong thing to do. They should never have done that because, well, I mean, apart from the sort of moral and all that obligations, but it wasn't standard procedure for doing these sorts of things to board a vessel, because what they've done is they've disabled a whatever 1 million ton tanker ship in the middle of the sea and put a hole in it. But the Americans now have to get it somewhere. They have to take it. They have to tow it somewhere, but they can't because they've fucking shot the engine to pieces. So this guy was like, they really don't know what they're doing, these American idiots.
When I say manipulators aren't bright.
Yeah, exactly. So they basically shot this Iranian tanker in the middle of the Persian Gulf, riddled it full of bullet holes, and now they're stuck with it and they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what's on board this tanker for a start. So they've got to find that out. That's apparently quite important as to what they're going to do with it. I mean, if it's weapons.
I hope it's molasses or something shit.
Yeah, something really rubbish. What was it we were talking about? Pistachios? No. Was it pistachios?
Pistachios. That was, they were bombing the Iranian pistachio farms.
That was it, yeah.
So that the people in California who support the IDF can have a bigger market share.
That was the one. Yeah, now I remember. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically, like, this guy was saying, well, Diego Garcia would have been a good place to take this to, but it's, still quite a very long way away from where they are. But they've just got this big lump of metal stuck in the ocean now, and they don't know what to do with it.
Sorry, I feel like I've got a fly in my head, but it's probably just a nerve. It's probably just a nerve that's irritating, but it's driving me nuts. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, that's it, really, for that bit. I mean, they just, I don't know. As 30 Rock once said, smooth move, Ferguson. It's like, what are you going to do? You got this massive hunk of X thousand tons of metal now sitting in the ocean. You can't do anything with it. So.
I mean, I know they've suffered an awful lot of, like, unnecessary tragedy, but the Iranians must be pissing themselves.
Yeah, totally.
Because all they've done is they've got rid of the old hardheads.
Yeah.
So younger people are coming up who've got far more ideas and they're far more creative.
Far smarter. Exactly, yeah, 100%. They totally are. We said it a few times, Trump's absolutely royally fucked this. It's just not even close to being smart. But did you see over the weekend they were saying that I can't remember which raid or which bombing raid that it was to do with, but they had to keep him out of the room. So all the military commanders who were running the raid were like, he can't be in here because he was screaming like a toddler. So
Which
they
one,
had
Trump or Hegseth?
Trump.
Okay.
Trump. Yeah. So they had to take him out of the room because he was going completely ballistic and he can't control himself. So, you know, he's got dementia. I mean, it's coming on, and lots of people have said it, but I just think his sort of
he's a psychopath who's got dementia. Let there be absolutely no empathy for that.
No, that's true. Exactly. Yeah. So
even my G's, I'm sure. Oh, was it on Twitter? I reposted something yesterday of a priest or a vicar in a big church giving his Sunday sermon. And he said something, he said, oh God, what was it? He said, I want to pray to the Lord, may he take Trump.
Wow.
I got banned off X for saying that for 12 hours.
Yeah. Jeez, that's strong. That's very strong.
And that's a man of the cloth.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
Who's they finally found their steal after my entire lifetime, but thanks for that. Well done.
They have eventually. So that was basically what happened over the weekend. So not apart from the sort of weird shooting down of a ship for no reason. The BBC put out a post today saying the insider trading suspicions looming over Trump's presidency.
Suspicions? Fuck off.
No shit, Sherlock springs
blatant
to mind.
In your face, clearly happening. Suspicions.
Yes, but you know the BBC are already being sued for, I don't know, what is it, $10 billion or something. Trump's suing the BBC.
Yeah, but they dismissed this suit against, was it Fox or someone, or whoever it was?
The Washington Post last week. Yeah, that got kicked out last week. Yeah, Trump's having a bad time.
He brought it all on himself.
Oh yeah. There's no sympathy. The more the merrier, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah? But yeah, so it's basically the BBC have written this big long article. It's actually very good, and you know they have to be careful what they say because it's the BBC. But it's insider trading, and they've got examples of dates and times where Trump made big announcements, and then the markets moved. And I'll put a link into it because it's quite detailed and it's really interesting breakdown of it. So it goes all the way back to February, back to Maduro and stuff like that in January. And that's when they think this insider trading things happened. And, you know, I put a post out this afternoon, because I saw Trump had made another Monday announcement just before the markets opened. The deal's done. He said it again. He said it every Monday for the last 6-8 weeks. But what I did notice today is that the markets haven't moved very much. The oil price hasn't moved very much. It's gone up a little since the weekend, since the shooting of the ship. But now they're sort of becoming a bit inured to Trump. They're like, yeah, we know this is going to happen every Monday. So they're sort of pricing it in already. So that's not a good sign, because it means we've just got sustained prices for longer. But also means Trump can't make shitloads of money with his kids, which is what seems to be happening.
Phil did a video on that a couple of days ago. Might have been yesterday.
Yeah.
On different bias for anyone who's listening. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Check that out.
And he came up with a really good potential theory, and I can't even remember what it was. Sorry, my brain's just chocker right now.
No, fine.
So yeah, it's annoying.
About the market manipulation
come to me in about
stuff.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it was. But it was like, why is he doing this, and what is it for?
Yeah. Oh, we'll have to look at it.
Annoying. Sorry. Yeah. So
I'll find Phil's video and we can put a link to it and down below after the show.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, so I mean, since his announcement this afternoon, oil's ticking up a little, but not really that much. So it's not really moving like it has been doing the big jumps up and down over the last few weeks. So yeah, I think everyone's cottoning onto it and realizing.
So the market knows he's deliberately manipulating it.
Yeah, basically that's.
And
what
yet
it
they're still
like.
having an investigation.
Well, I said this afternoon that SEC needs to be brought in here, the Securities Exchange Commission, because they're the ones that regulate this stuff. Oh.
No, something I've been meaning to ask you about for ages, relating to something else. That's all right, go on.
Okay. Yeah, I just think they need to be stepping in here, but whether they've got Trump's sort of already, I haven't looked into it enough, but maybe Trump's already positioned someone in the head of that part of government like he did with everywhere else. So Although that's not going brilliant either, because Kash Patel. Have you seen the news about Kash Patel? I think who was it? Oh, a mess. What are you going to say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Lego video of Kash Patel? That's very funny. Yeah.
I thought they were actually,
Go on.
I just thought they were very generous to his appearance. Just saying.
Bit too kind.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so Kash Patel has it was an article in the Atlantic basically accusing him of being a drunk and using government jets to fly women all around the world and get pissed continuously. So, which is true. And he's gone.
So, no, somebody pointed out the other day, and it's a really valid point, is that it's interesting that Trump is a complete teetotaler, yet he surrounded himself with alcoholics.
But alkies, yeah. Strange that, isn't it? Yeah, I never thought of that. Hegseth for sure. Kash Patel definitely. Don't know about the others.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, Randy, that obscenely obese, greedy Randy. I want to say Quaid because that's the only Randy in it. Fine.
No.
The irony.
Randy Fine. Yeah.
Randy Unfine. Yeah.
Randy Quaid's a MAGA as well, isn't he now? But
is he?
Yeah. Yeah, he went full MAGA. Along with who was the other one? James Woods and Kevin Sorbo, the three big actors that all went proper.
Don't know who Kevin
MAGA.
Sorbo is, so I don't care.
He was in loads of American stuff. I think he was in one of the Star Treks, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah. Anyway, we've gone off track. Yeah, so Kash Patel this afternoon has dropped a $250 million lawsuit against the Atlantic.
Yeah, he said he was going to. It's going to be delicious. Absolutely delicious. Yeah.
He'll get fucked on that one for sure. Yeah, $250 million this
afternoon. That man is crashing and burning hard.
He is. He really is. Who's the other guy that Trump brought in? Dan Bongino. He's not having a good time either.
He's gone back to podcasting, hasn't he? He left.
I thought he was
fired. I can't remember which.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I knew he was having a bad time, but everyone that Trump's put in these top positions.
Bongino went a couple of months ago.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. I missed that.
I say a couple of months.
Yeah. So the last thing on the American thing I saw today, which I found quite interesting, is that as of today, Monday, the 20th of April, the US government has begun refunding up to $166 billion in tariffs charged under Trump. The Supreme Court obviously ruled them unlawful.
That been yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh, well, it says beginning today, I read, but it might have been yesterday.
No, yeah, but it was going through yesterday.
Yeah.
I wanted to pay attention, I didn't have it.
Today, businesses can file claims through a new customs system with over 330,000 importers across 53 million shipments expected to be eligible to file claims. $166 billion because nobody around.
Legal wars costing them as well.
Oh, yeah.
And then all the lawsuits that everybody, the American government, has ridden over since he came in, they're toast.
Yeah. $166 billion on these tariffs just because nobody would say no to Trump. Like, no one would stand up to him and go, you can't do this.
Secure the AI, liberate their bank accounts. Let's start again.
Yeah, let's get Claude, whatever it was, the Claude hacking system into it. But yeah, it's just people that can't say no to Trump. He's surrounded himself with sycophants, as we know, and then it's now resulting in real world consequences for him and for the American people and for globally us as well. So as we've said a load of times,
that's why I call them parasites.
Yeah, as we've said so many times, him and Netanyahu are just doing this to stay out of prison now because Trump's so fucked now. Even his base is starting to realize, not the diehard cultists, but a lot of the MAGAs.
Oh, a lot of them. Tim Dillon's like about a month ago turned around and went, he's insane. Why does I vote for this?
But they had a vote on continuing the war the other day, didn't they? And one Democrat swung the vote. I can't remember his name, John something or whatever, but he voted for the motion to continue the war, and it was one Democrat that swung it. Pretty bad. I'll have to find out his name now, but
it's turkeys voting for Christmas.
Yeah, I know. I was so surprised by this, but yeah. So I think that's probably the week in war. Oh, that was very Chris
well,
Morris.
Just if I can tag on the if I can tag on the end of that.
Yeah.
There's a story I picked up on from Democracy Now! That Trump has decided to bring in US automatic draft registry. And it turns out there was a guy on called Edward Hasbrook from the Military Law Task Force in America, so it's his expert field. And he was saying that actually there is a law, and a long-standing law, that when you're a man who gets to the age of 18 and you're American, you're supposed to go and register online, that you're technically available, should some emergency pop up. But no one's ever, it sort of fell out in the 80s, and it's one of them laws.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it exists, but nobody gives a shit, and they don't do it because,
like an old
we had peace
bylaw type thing.
for decades.
Yeah.
Well, and he said Trump has said he's bringing this in, and he's not ruling out an actual draft, surprisingly. But this Edward Hasbrook's saying it's just totally unworkable with the systems they've got now. And if they did sort of change the laws to enable the government to go digging around everybody's data to compile this database, it'd be totally illegal. And they're just opening people up to data GDPR issues.
Yeah.
Sort of Palantir-esque. It'd probably be Palantir doing it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I imagine so. I've got a little bit about them in a minute. Yeah.
So that was just because I was like, when I heard the word draft, I was like, hello, what? No.
Yeah.
No.
No, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was John Fetterman, who was a Democrat.
How is that? Do you know what happened to him?
He should be a Republican.
Do you know what happened to him?
What?
He was a really good, decent lefty.
Yeah.
And he had a stroke, and he turned right, except he's still in the Democrats for some reason.
He's still a Dem. Oh,
it's
shit,
insane.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's completely... He's literally, metaphorically been kicked in the head by a horse, by a massive stroke.
Oh, wow,
and he totally changed his personality. It's mad.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, everything I say about him is like, why are you in the Democrats? You should not be in the Democrats.
But he's an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, so it was him that caused the war to carry on. If he voted
I am not remotely surprised. I'm surprised there was one vote in it. That's the headline for me. Sick. Yeah, Money talks, doesn't it?
I know.
Fucking sick.
Craziness. But yeah, the draft. Wow. Yeah. I mean, if you're signaling drafting teenagers, that doesn't really bode well for a sort of a quick end to a war.
Well, sorry, just to clarify, the US automatic draft registry is only for eligible men 18 to 26.
Yeah. Barron Trump in that, like, he's in that bucket, isn't he?
Eligible. He suffers from too tallitis.
And genetic bone spurs. Yeah. Yeah.
Genetic shithousery.
He was too tall, yeah. Fucking joke.
He's not at all. There are bigger men than him in the army, but
Yeah, he's a big lad, but he's not like, I wouldn't think it would.
He's not like hit 7 foot.
No.
And apparently there are people in the American army equally as tall and some slightly taller.
Yeah, he's not Gary Barlow's son. Come on. Bring back Gary Barlow's son.
He's an army all of his own. He's a one-man army.
Oh, that was like a sort of callback to old days Twitter when that was going on. Was it last year?
That was beautiful stuff.
It was proper meme action. So yeah, I think that's the war for now. I mean, obviously it's going to change this week when the ceasefire officially comes to an end. I mean, we know Israel were told not to keep going, and they have kept going, as they always will do, because they're shitheads, murdering shitheads.
I do have an Israeli adjacent story.
Oh, yeah,
should I do it now?
Yeah, why not?
I'll just have to go to my bookmarks because
I've just remembered what it is.
Excellent journalist Jody McIntyre's been doing his what he does. Highly recommend you go and have a look at his profile if you're not on him on X already. He's just a very good investigative journalist. And he has found some links. Well, he's found all the links from Labour Together and Israel. Labour Together is the think tank that was headed up by Morgan McSweeney.
Yeah.
And now isn't. But here we go. So I'm just going to read his tweets verbatim so I don't mess anything up. Exclusive. I have uncovered evidence suggesting that Labour Together, the think tank of Morgan McSweeney fame, is now being led by a former IDF soldier. This information does not appear on his Wikipedia page or any recent articles. I cannot believe Labour have hidden this. Jonathan Kestenbaum is a former director of the pro-Israeli lobby group BICOM. In September 2024, then Israeli ambassador Zippy Hotovelli had brunch at Kestenbaum's home. Hotovelli leaked diaries also revealed meetings with Stuart Roden, another funder of Labour Together. 41 minutes after my investigation into Labour peer and former IDF operative Jonathan Kestenbaum was published, his Wikipedia page was updated. However, questions remain. Companies House lists Kestenbaum's nationality as British, but the 1989 journal I uncovered describes him as a quote-unquote young Israeli soldier. The 1988 Jerusalem Post article says that Kestenbaum settled in Israel 3 years previously. Was Kestenbaum's partition in the Qubatia curfew disclosed before his appointment to the House of Lords? So,
interesting.
When I say we're infiltrated every week, as I do, that's what I mean. That's who's running the these people are running the government. Him, Trevor Chin, all the rest of the Israeli loyal traitors.
I'm just looking on his Wikipedia now. I mean, having been an IDF soldier, he worked as the secretary of Beni Akiva, the International Zionist Youth Movement. Yeah,
we are occupied. We are occupied.
Does say citation needed. The thing, that's going back to drafts. Every Israeli man has to go into the IDF, don't they, for a year? Yep. That's part of it.
No. They can conscientiously object and go and sit in prison instead, which a lot of people do. Yeah. And get treated almost like a human being because you're not Palestinian, so that's fine.
Yeah, but there is a military draft in Israel, isn't there? So,
or they could leave and go to another country.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to excuse it. I'm just sort of trying to work out.
I'm just yeah. Just it's outrageous.
So he's now Barron Kestenbaum. Yeah, interesting.
He's been party to.
He's 66.
The dispatch of Palestinians.
Wow.
By dint of that.
Yeah, if he's been in
and the
IDF.
fact that the Palestinians have been under attack for 80 years now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not good news, is it?
Not happy. And, that's who is running our country. That is who Starmer's beholden to. That's where the money comes from.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of...
So the money that Labour are using to shit on the Greens is Israeli money. I'm just going to say that.
I was thinking we should do like a full episode and do some different stories about this sort of Israel influence throughout government, through Labour, through Tories, through those two parties.
It'd be a very long episode.
It would, but it might be worth it might be worth doing a kind of one-off special, because it there's so much to talk about, as you just said, and then new stuff like this coming out all the time, and it might put some minds at rest, because it is a problem. It's a problem when Israel are murdering people left, right, and centre. And
if we weren't linked into Israel, we could have cut America off by now. Relatively, But that's why we're not, because Israel are just parasites.
And it's going to drag us into a really dark place politically, because you can start seeing the European reaction, and lots of countries in Europe are starting to sort of push Israel away, like Italy, for example. We're not ever going to be able to do that because of where everyone in our government and our opposition sit. They're all propped up by it, and funded.
Oh, every institution of any import in this country is run by cryonists. And that's why we're stuck, because they're all playing the game. Everything they're doing is for the benefit of Israel trying to take over the Middle East. It's mad. It's and in fact, today we've started recording straight after Keir Starmer gave yet another speech excusing himself for not knowing what My cats know that Peter Mandelson is not a man that can be trusted.
Wrong one.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
There isn't a person in the whole country. And yet, Keir Starmer stood there defending his decisions over a man who was best friends with Flepstein, who was entirely IDF based. His whole operation was on behalf of Israel.
Yes, he was highly involved in those guys. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should do like a
it'd be a good idea.
Pre-written episode and get some like proper facts out there about where the connections are.
Yeah, that'd be a
because
good idea.
as you say, every week we talk about it, and then there's connections here, there, and everywhere else. We might be interested to do like a special and just say, look, this is
special
this is what we're dealing with.
Special edition.
Yeah, that might be interesting. So yeah, sorry. That is the war and a bit about Israel. So what time are we on? 42.
Shall I do my little good news story?
Yeah,
and
do
then
that
we
and we'll
can
end up on
sign
it.
off.
Yeah. And because I think I want to put my Trump clip in at the end, which is very funny, so it will follow on nicely from it, I reckon.
Okay, well, this is just one of the nicest things I've seen or read in, given the dystopia we're living in.
Oh, nice.
Over in Kenya, there is an engineer called Joseph Ngatheru who has started a company called Hire Pack. And what this absolute gem of a human being has done is he has figured out a way to turn an invasive plant species known as water hyacinth into biodegradable plastic.
Really?
That is all over Kenya and presume many other countries too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I retweeted it because it's worth looking up. But yeah, water hyacinth is being made into plastic.
Amazing.
And the plastic industry's fucked because you can harvest it, and it'll never go into land. Well, it'll go into landfill, and then it won't be there in a couple of years.
But it doesn't matter. So it's not oil based, basically. Yeah, amazing. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh yeah, I'll have to look at that. We'll
so
put
that's
link in
just
as well.
fabulous and good for him and good for Kenya and everything.
Yeah.
It's just good news.
Oh yeah, anything on that front is absolutely amazing because we need to. Plastics are such a big problem, aren't they? So, yeah, that's fantastic. So, yeah, let's finish up on that good news. Go on, sorry.
That, if everybody could do the old like, share, subscribe, please. And do you know what? If you're not listening to us on YouTube, could you pop over and give us a like on there, please? Because I genuinely think we're being suppressed now.
I forgot to look into that, actually, but I will. But, yeah, it's... we're picking up, but a bit slower than we want. So, yeah, please, just go to YouTube. The link's down there.
Give us a little lift.
Or if you're listening, it's in the show notes. It's always there every week, and in X and Facebook, wherever we publicise it, I put all the links in. So, yeah, just give us a little subscribe, follow on YouTube. It'd be nice, and a little like.
So on the next pod, there'll be another breaking story from our little pod listeners, because when people know what you do, they tend to tell you things. So I'll leave you with this: what rhymes with reform? And no, it's not C word.
What?
Even though it doesn't, you just got to say it, haven't you? That's what everyone on Twitter said to me anyway. What rhymes with reform? Hunt.
Yeah.
Close, but no, this does rhyme with reform.
And on that bombshell of a teaser, let's say thanks for listening. Join us in the next episode where we've got the answer to Sal's unbelievable bombshell.
Yes, look after yourselves, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Anonymous.
Anonymous, really anonymous.
Infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
Significantly.
It come down significantly.
Statistics.
Statistics.
The United States.
The United States.